we are headed south. We are going to Florida this expedition to meet up with Central Florida Florida Bigfoot Florida bushcraft. We're meeting up. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to In the Shadow of Big Red Eye. My name is Mike Famla. Thank you for joining us on our adventure. It is 2 o'clock in the morning on the dot. It is a stellar 29 degrees out, and we just had a double halo around the moon. What does that mean, people? Something's up. Something's going down. We're going down. We're going south to Florida to meet up with the Florida bushcraft people for a private event. They're having a big meetup. We were invited down to go hang out with them for the weekend, so that's exactly what we're going to do. It's about a 1,098 mile drive, so we are off, and we'll take you for the ride along with us. Except it won't be a 17-hour video. It'll just be like really quick, like 2 minutes by the time we get down there. So enjoy. So what do you think?
I'm excited. I just wish it was 7 o'clock already. PM.
7 p.m. What's 7 p.m.?
Our arrival time, I guess we don't stop for gas. I guess if we have a supercar that doesn't...
If we don't stop for gas or food or pee, we'll be there at 7 o'clock?
Yeah.
Alright, not too bad. You know what I miss? And I was thinking about this last night because I was so excited, is the smell of the trees down there. And just like, I just want to go hiking so hard. What state is this solid bottle of ice going to defrost? And I say Virginia, and Jill says South Carolina. Update numero uno. We are now almost in Virginia.
We are in Virginia.
We are in Virginia. And let's see this water bottle here. Oh no, it's not even close to me. The sun is up, ladies and gentlemen. Now we are off of night vision and officially somewhere in Virginia still. So we're making our way there. We have about, 10 hours and a half left? I don't know why I said it like that, but we have it about that long. And water bottle, still icy. Frozen. North Carolina, sunglasses are down. Ice, still icy. Jill is still winning.
Yes.
How many hours we got left?
8.5 hours left.
8.5, not bad.
Not bad at all.
I gotta pee.
Scale 1 to 10.
6.
All right.
Huh.
In 900 feet, make a U-turn on US 301 North.
So, our water bottle that was filled with ice this morning.
Or what?
Our water bottle that was filled with ice this morning is all water.
All water. And where are we?
In South Carolina.
Yep. There it is, the St. Mary's River. We are in Florida, ladies and gentlemen. It is 3:09, 15:09 hours, and we got about 3 hours left to go to get the Mom-Moms. That's where we're going for the first leg of our trip. We're staying at Mom-Mom's at her house. Thank you, Mama. And we are exhausted. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is ridiculous. It's our first morning here in Florida. We got in at about 7 o'clock about 6 o'clock about 5 o'clock last night, really. And it is warm and beautiful. It's 73 degrees. Maybe a cloud in the sky, but I mean, aside from it being phenomenally beautiful, welcome to Grandma's neighborhood with the BMCC1. So, it's glorious.
Where are we, Mike?
Alright, we are in, we are in one of my favorite places, actually. We are in the citrus tract of the Withlacoochee State Forest. And the reason why we're here is because we are looking for Bigfoot. It would make sense that Bigfoot is in this area. There have not been a ton of reports that come out of this area. However, that's okay. That doesn't mean Bigfoot's not here. It just means there's not a lot of people here, and there's not a lot of people looking for Bigfoot here. So, me being one of the only people I think in the area to be able to come and check this area out for an extended period of time over a couple years now, I feel that I have a good advantage of knowing where the Bigfoot may be. So we're gonna go check that area out, maybe do a little off-trail hike, and then I think we may stumble upon some caves if we're lucky. So we'll see where we end up. So one of the first times I was here, I was actually doing a hike. I went about, I think it was like 3/4 to a mile away from the car. And oh, you want to get this? This is pretty cool. Look at this. Cool. Anyways, I parked right in here actually, and I did about a mile walk. We're gonna drive it because I don't feel like walking it today, but about a mile walk from the car, and all of a sudden I get this smell of forest fire. And then I start walking a little bit more and I see the forest fire. They're doing a prescribed burn, and I didn't know that. So I had to like run back to my car before I got surrounded by this fire, and then I had to hot tail it out of here. If you have a creature such as us, oh, I smell fire. Oh yeah, look at that. They're doing a controlled burn. Oh right, it's right there. Let me look at this fire. You can see the smoke through the trees. I gotta get out of here. I walked about 2 miles away from the vehicle and about 5 miles in from the road. This is not a good situation. Thankfully, I made it out of the woods before the forest fire. However, I didn't see any signs of Bigfoot at all. In fact, I didn't see signs of any animals, which doesn't surprise me. Animals can smell when there's a forest fire, and they know to get out of the area. If you are going out to an area in Florida or somewhere where there's known to be prescribed burns, check Facebook and check the website of the place you're going to make sure that there's no prescribed burns going on. It'll save yourself some hassle down the road, and may save your life too.
What is a prescribed burn?
So a prescribed burn is, if you could see, you see the trees here, how they're all burned and charred at about 6 to 8 feet tall or so. That's because of human-made, man-made burns. And what that does is it actually it'll clear the leaf litter and the low-lying bushes on the forest floor, which in return will make a healthier ecosystem for all the animals, the remaining trees and stuff, and for it encourages new growth, new undergrowth, and young growth of the forest. So that's just one of the many reasons why prescribed burning is extremely healthy, especially to an old forest such as this. Ooh, I see prints.
There's a dog here. We're playing a game of guess what animal made these tracks. Horse.
Yeah,
Or
snakes. That's another thing I wanted to say. Snakes are going to be out today, and Florida has, especially this area of land. It's been cold and rainy in Florida the past couple of days. Today's really the nice first day, so snakes are going to be out in full force today. So another thing that we want to look out for here too is we have the potential to see a extremely rare species, something you don't see every day, the gopher tortoise. What's cool about the gopher tortoise is it's actually one of the oldest species that's alive on this planet. They're ancient species, really. And another fun fact for you about them is they can live 40 up to like 60 years in the wild, guys. I mean, that's crazy if you think about it for a turtle. And the reason why I know that they're in this area is we went on an off-trail hike here last year when we were down here, and they had just done a controlled burn, or prescribed burn, which we talked about, and we found multiple shells of burned gopher tortoises. So it's very unfortunate that the state didn't come through and clear them out before they did the prescribed burn. That's not cool. But we found like 3 or 4 of them, and you could see all their bones and stuff. It was very sad. But they are here, and they are thriving here if we could find that many of them in just a little hike. So that's really, I mean, a sad sign, but a good sign nonetheless.
I keep seeing these mounds of like white on the side.
Anthills.
Those are anthills.
Yeah, red ants. You do not want to step in one of them.
Weren't you stung by some of them? Or bitten by them?
When I was a child, we were down at my grandmother's, we were walking along my grandmother's golf course, and I bent down to pick up some flowers from the wildflowers, and I knelt down, and instantly swarms of red ants and started to bite. I was probably 7 or 8 years old, and my mom starts whipping them off of me and everything, and this looks like a good place to do a hike.
No vehicles beyond this point.
And
we can't park here.
Yeah, we're gonna park here. And we actually had to get like a nurse to come in and like tend to me because it was that bad.
Oh boy.
So I'm very not okay with ants anymore. Ooh, there looks like to be a, let's go here.
A little pond or something?
Yeah.
A little marsh?
Yep, let's go there.
Alright.
You could tell it's an anthill because you could see the soil. How the soil is darker. You could tell that's from inside the ground. So the soil was actually brought up from inside the ground. The ants carried it out to make an actual mound of soil. It's not dug into the ground, like they didn't burrow or try to dig for anything. They actually displaced the soil and put it out, which is really cool. Ants are super smart, super intelligent creatures. Very awesome.
Very cool.
You can tell the difference between an anthill like this and a gopher tortoise hole because just as I said, the tortoise actually displaces or actually moves the soil and digs down to make a den where the ants, like I said, move it. So you'll see different types of soil and different soil patterns. Look at what we've come upon. Fresh. You can waft it and you can smell it. It's definite horse turds.
I'm just amazed at how big these pine cones are.
Yeah.
Like, put out your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
they're ginormous.
You know who was crazy about these?
Wiley.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go, Wiley.
Shout out to Wiley.
Miss you, bud. So here's a question for you. There's no, from what I'm seeing, there's not really rocks in this forest.
There's no rock. I would challenge anybody to come to below the panhandle of Florida and try to find a rock.
So here's my question. you had rocks thrown at you
Yeah.
for your first experience.
Right. You were in the Panhandle. Up in North Florida, you have hills and mountains
Okay.
and rocks. Down here in central to southern Florida, there's nothing like that.
So if somebody were to have an experience of getting stuff thrown at them,
If somebody were to come to me and said, I was in the Withlacoochee State Forest and I had a Bigfoot throw rocks at me, I would be like, yeah, I don't think so. That's a red flag right there.
okay.
Because there's no rocks in Withlacoochee State Forest.
Do you think they would throw the pine cones though?
Sure, absolutely. 100%. I don't think you can get as far as you can. Obviously, if they're not as heavy as rocks.
Right.
But
Is it because of the prescribed burns or controlled burns that you only see the tops of the trees?
no, actually, that's how the trees grow.
Oh,
Yeah, they don't have branches in the lower parts of their trees. Only like the top third, top quarter of their trees.
okay.
Yeah.
There's like lines through it.
I wasn't looking at that. I was looking at this track.
I know, but I keep seeing like the horse.
This isn't a horse because you can see digits here. This looks like an alligator. If I wasn't in Florida, I'd say that would be an alligator, but there's no alligators up here. You obviously want to have anytime you take pictures of a Bigfoot footprint or an animal footprint or anything really, you want to have what's called a scale object. Best scale object to have would be like a ruler or a tape measure, anything like that. If you don't have one readily accessible, I have one in my backpack, but I'm lazy and I don't want to take it off right now. But I have a lighter in my pocket, as you always should have a lighter in your pocket when you're backpacking and hiking through the woods. So that's what I used as a scale object. As you notice in this track here, we have an unusual indentation around the upside here, and then 3 unusual, what appear to be claw marks. Can't tell you from what, but it's interesting. So we're gonna keep moving on though.
And then right next to it,
Then right next to it, there's a hole.
there's a nice hole.
So if you go, say you get a trackway that you don't have any idea of what it is, there's means out there that, like on social media and stuff, there's groups on Facebook where you actually can go and post your track and have professionals analyze your track and see exactly and determine what creature made that track. So there's definitely that's what I'm going to do with those, since it's not, I can't see easily enough what that could be. I'm going to post that and see what other people think as well. So that'll be interesting to see when we get back.
Speaking of boot prints,
Yes.
how are your new boots?
They are nice.
They're just different colors from your old ones.
They're the same as my old ones, so I knew that they're good. I liked my old ones. The only reasons why I didn't get got new ones is because I got a little tear in it in the things. They weren't waterproof anymore. But these are really nice. They're Merrell Moab 2s. You can get them online for about, on Amazon, maybe 130 bucks, 140 bucks. Good midway, good, not top of the line, not lowest class. You can get hiking boots, good for intermediate hikers. So definitely check them out. They're a good brand, Merrell Moab 2s. A lot of places that you go to, you look for tree breaks as signs of Bigfoot, but they could just be snow load and snow wind blow and stuff like that. In Florida, you don't have snow load or ice load to break a tree. So when you come across a tree like this, you have to wonder, how did that happen? What caused that to crash over like that, right?
And it kind of looks fresh.
No, you'd be able to tell if it was fresh, because it does actually look fresh, because the inside of the tree isn't burned yet.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's cool. So you can tell how the ecosystem here, the biosphere, is changing. as we get down and lower into elevations, you can see we're getting into a different type of environment. And you could tell in Florida that this type of environment would mean some sort of water source, right? Because that's where all the trees and all the flowers and all the plants are going to grow, is by that water source. Everywhere else is pretty dry. It's very robust environment, right? But down by the water here, it's very nice environment for stuff to grow.
Florida, so North Jersey has what we call Bigfoot. Florida has the skunk ape.
South Florida.
South Florida.
So I think there's a very distinct line in between. Like once you get up north of the Everglades by Myakka River State Park, that's a good kind of line to draw across Florida, where you get like the differentiating between a skunk ape and a Bigfoot. Anything north of Myakka, so anything up here, I think you have more Bigfoot type creatures, and I think this is because you have different. They can move into different areas. Down in South Florida, in the Everglades region, Florida or Bigfoots or skunk apes are very confined. They can't move, so I think they have their own kind of subspecies down there of Bigfoot. Another thing, since we're getting down into the lower lying areas by water, we got to watch out for gators, and that's a true. I know, like some people, are like, you know, you'll make fun of the gators in Florida, right? Well, let me tell you, the gators are in Florida here, and especially when you get down where they don't have like the people gators, where they're not like normalized to people down here, where nobody ever goes. That's where you really got to watch out for them. Just like black bear, right? The woods black bears are more dangerous than the people black bears sometimes. It's a perfect example of the do's and don'ts of Bigfooting. Do not take corporate work calls while Bigfooting.
I definitely feel different.
Hear that?
Yeah. Why do you think I stopped talking?
What did that sound like?
It almost sounded like a break, or like.
That's what I thought. Keep going. So I'm not seeing a pond. But it's okay.
Is it marshy?
No, it's dry as a bone.
Oh no.
Yep. So we're gonna hang out here a little bit and try to figure out what to do. Speaking of snakes, oh, look at that. This is cool.
Are they building it?
No, this is just a trail of the ants have made this in the
Right, but do you think they're gonna make a hill
I don't know.
out of it?
I think they've been traveling back and forth on this path for so long that they made a valley. How cool is that? Oh, that scared me.
A butterfly?
No, it was a little grasshopper. Down here in the summer, it's too hot to go hiking. If you can imagine that.
I can believe that. I mean, even when we stopped before, I stopped in like
Yeah.
where the sun was straight beating down on us.
Yeah, like Jimmy and them, they don't do any meetups or they don't do anything. No in the wood stuff in the summer.
Okay.
Nobody does really.
Interesting.
It's too hot.
Yeah.
This would be great at night to therm. You could see
Oh, you could see
forever.
forever. Yeah.
Yep.
So good.
This is like heaven on earth right now. I don't think you could get any better weather for doing something like this.
No.
Mike here, in the shadow of Big Red Eye, along with Jill. And, you know, what they say, when in Rome, well, when in Florida. I really swear I'm trying to take a break, but as you can see here, this is a perfect example of a human footprint You can see the transverse arch here, the lack of splay in the toes, and the lack of the transverse arch. So you can tell that's clearly a human footprint on the beach here.